Hi guys, so now let us look at another problem called finding the second max in an array. So we need to find the second maximum of an array. Okay, so even before looking into this problem, so let us understand how can we find a max of an array. Okay, let us assume we have an array like this, right? And it has elements like probably 1, 2, 4, 6, and 3. So how can we find what is a max? So we're gonna use a variable called max, and initially we're gonna keep the max, and we're gonna assume that the max would be the array of 0th element. So we're initially taking 0 is going to be our maximum element of this array. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna use a pointer. So we're gonna iterate from the array of 1 from the first index. So while processing the array of one index, we'll see if this element is it greater than the max. So we're gonna check if the element I, which is a of I, which is a of I, that is processing element, if it is greater than my max, then I have to make my max to be this new element. So it's the logic. So my max would be a of I. So now using this function, let us see what we can get. So here, so we have to is 2 greater than my present maximum, which is okay. My present maximum, my present maximum is 1 initially. Now I have 2, so I'm gonna write 2. So now I have 2, and we'll iterate, and we have and now we got 4. Is 4 greater than my max? Yes, so I'm going to update it to 4. Now I have 6. Is 6 greater than my max? Yes, so my new max will be 6. And move on, and now I have 3. Is 3 greater than my max? No, so it will stay the same. So after iterating together, when we reach to the end of the array, we will have our max variable pointing to the largest element of this array. So in this way we can find the maximum element of an array. So now how can we find the second maximum of an array? It's kind of similar, but now we need to but now we need two pointers to keep track of it. Okay, now I need two variables, right? So I'm gonna initialize my max m will be my a of 0. So I'm gonna say 1 is still my max, and I'm going to say my second max will be equal to some negative one. I don't probably a negative infinite or a negative 1 or negative infinity. I'm going to say my second I don't know my second max, so I'm going to keep the lowest possible number to the second max. And now what's the catch? I'm still going to check the same condition, that if my a of I is greater than max, then it is going to be my max. But now we have two variables to play with, so this cannot be the only condition. If I have found any element that is greater than my max, then I have to store the max, because always remember so we have two components. You have the max, so this is the max element, and this is the second max element. Let us say x is the max that we thought, and probably y is the second max that we have up till now. But now you have seen z, so z is greater than x. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna replace x with z completely? No, because the max that we previously had is now going to be the second max. So you have to first copy the value of x into the second max and then replace it with z. Yes, so this has to be done. And also remember, there is actually another case we have to follow. Let's also look at that as well, because you might forget. So let's look at what we are doing now. So we are writing, so we are making our current max, so the max that we have, we're gonna say our second max is going to be the max, and my max is going to be the array of I, which I just found now. Great, but let us say I have 5 here, so I'm actually waiting for this case. Let us say I have 5 here. Okay, if you use this algorithm and you say, okay, I have 1, well, I've got 1, so my max is 1 and my second max is still -1, and I have 2, so my max will be 2 and my second max will be 1 and my max will be 2, and now I have 4. Okay, I need to update my max and my second max will get the value 2, and then I see 6. Okay, I see 6, then my max will be will be 6 and my second max will be 4, and now I see 5. A of 5 is not greater than 6, so it's not greater than max, so we're going to ignore and we're going to give the result of, and then we're going to say the second max is 4. But see, the second max is in fact 5, it's not 4. Why did we miss 5? Because we're only checking for if that element is only greater than max, but we also have to check if it is greater than max, as well as, sorry, if it is a less than max, and it is also greater than the second max. If that's the case, we have to take it into consideration, right? Okay, let me write the code, you will understand better. Okay, so if a of I is greater than max, so if it's false, that is indicating that array of I is not greater than max. So I'm going to check if elif is a of I is less than max, right? It's less than max, right? Okay, I'm fine with that. But tell me, and tell me, is it greater than, is a of I, it's less than max, and is it greater than the second max? And if it is true, then I have to say my second max is now a of I. Okay, I have to use this condition as well, right? So now let's look at this. Let me minimize this so you can see through all of this. Okay, now we have it. Okay, now just look through this. Okay, now we're here. Okay, 1, so we have, okay, let me clean this up. Okay, so we're here, right? So the max will be initially the 0th element, which is 1, and second max will initially be -1 or -infinity. Okay, so we have processed it. Now let us go here. So we have 2. Is 2 greater than max? Yes. So I'm going to copy the max into 1, and I'm going to place the 2 into max, and I'm also going to check. Okay, so this is here, so we don't have to go into this block. So we will only go into this block when this condition fails. So it's not failed now. Okay, now we're going to process 4. Okay, 4. Is 4 greater than my maximum? Yes. So first you have to copy this here. So your second max will be 2 and your new max will be 4. Okay, now process 6. Is 6 greater than 4? Yes, 6 is greater than 4, and so and also my second maximum will be 4. Okay, what do we have? We have 5 here. Is 5 greater than 6? No. So I'm just not gonna, okay. But this condition fails, right? So now we'll come to this condition and check if array of I is 5. Is 5 less than max? Yes, 5 is less than 6. And is it true that the value 5 is greater than the second max? 4. Yes, a 5 is greater than 4. So we have found an element that is a less than max, so it is not qualified to be max, but it is greater than the second max, so it can be our new second max. So we're going to say our second max is going to be that array of ith element, right? So in this way we are going we can get the second maximum of an array. Okay, now let's try and code this up. Okay, let's take an integer input n. Yes. Okay, so we're supposed to, we need an array, right? So let us say a is equals to list of map int comma input dot split. Okay, and in input I'm going to give a prompt. Okay, enter the array. Okay, and let's say n is the length of array. Now, so what are we going to do? So we're going to assign, let us say our max I is equals to the array of 0 thing. I'm going to say 0 is the max, and my s max, which is my second max, is equals to probably -1, or I can say negative infinity. But I think using negative infinity might be more complex. So let's use a -1. Right now, according to algorithm, we need to iterate through this array. So for I in range, n, what am I doing? Actually, we did a mistake, because I will only take the values from 1 till n, because the 0th element is already considered as maximum, right? So now what we do? So here, what we did, we have taken an if condition and checked if the element that we're processing is greater than the max. So we're gonna say if my a of I, if it is greater than my max I, okay, my max e, then what am I do? So what am I going to do? I'm gonna store my max in my second max, and say my new maximum is equal to the array of ith element, right? So I'm done with my general case, and if I get an element which is less than max, I'm going to check. So is okay, array of I is less than max, because it's already given, since it has escaped from the if. So we're going to check if array of I is greater than my s max. If it is greater than my x max, I'm going to update my s max to be this value, a of I. Okay, now we have processed everything. Now let's try and print what happens. So let's print max I, and but I think we're only concerned with the second max, right? So let's only print the second max. So the second max is s max. So let's see what we get. So we need to enter the array. Let us say 1 2 3 4 5 6. So let's take an increasing array. My second max is 5. That's true. So let's take another array. Let's give something different, like 4 6 7 2 9 5. Very random numbers. Is 7 my second max? Yes, because 9 is my max and 7 is my second max. So this is working, but I think we have mixed up case that we are not working with duplicate values. So let's give a duplicate array, like let's say 1 1 3 3 4 6 7. What's my second max? Second max is 6. Yes, it's still working well for even arrays with duplicate values as well. So this is, I think this is a very good code that we written. and this would be good enough for your interviews, right? So okay, I'll see you in the next video then.